welcome to the round table. Today we are taking a look at the leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi and the branding around him. I mean, we've seen him come up from the Pappu to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and now, of course, as the leader of opposition, he's actually driving the narrative, leading from the front in Parliament, and also taking along the opposition parties along with him. In fact, I think the ground for the Rahul versus Modi has begun. The next elections is definitely going to be Rahul versus Modi, and that's a long way for someone who was seen as a handicap, whose name wasn't even mentioned in election campaigns. The opposition parties didn't want to group up with the Congress because it was led by Rahul Gandhi. So let's take a look at the phenomena, the many launches of Rahul Gandhi. I have someone with me who's been tracking him, Rashid Kidwai, the author of 24 Akbar Road. I have Dilip Cherian, who's an authority on branding and image guru, and he's advised a lot of political brands. And of course, Tehseen Poonawala, Congress supporter, sympathizer, and one of the most able defenders. I think, Tehseen, you've been defending brand Rahul for a while, but now finally, you have something to defend. Otherwise, it was defending the indefensible.
I always had a lot to defend. It's just that the BJP spread a lot of lies. As you started with the Pappu image, it was a carefully crafted image to destroy brand Gandhi. And I'd always tell Rahul and I'd always tell the Congress that the brand Gandhi cannot be destroyed this easily. He was a little defensive. He was playing safe. I think now we're seeing Rahul Gandhi coming in his element. I still don't think he's completely there. I still think there's growth, but just this much is enough to rattle the BJP. And like you rightly said, Rahul Gandhi is setting the agenda.
Dilip, the growth of brand Rahul, we've done so many launches, relaunches that, one is kind of fed up, but now I think this is it, ready.
In many senses, brands have to be understood in the context of what else is in the marketplace.
Okay.
It's a marketplace of ideas. Citizens have to be sold an idea. And what is the competing idea? The big advantage that brand Rahul has today in the marketplace is that the idea that is opposing him has been rammed down everybody's psyche for 10 years and it's repeating itself. So when a brand begins to repeat itself, Colgate needs to say Colgate fresh or green or black or blue or whatever it is. Because of the way the BJP's agenda and narrative is set, they had in a sense set almost everything 15 years ago. That is what they wanted. Now they've been, in a sense, ticking the boxes. When brand Rahul promises something refreshing, he's never seen as opposing a specific thing of the BJP, which is the main primary target he has. He's opposing everything about them. And that works because people like a challenger brand. And I think brand Rahul has moved from challenger to be significant.
So now he stands for something also, not just anti-Modi.
Absolutely.
Okay. Rashid, you've been tracking Rahul, as have I. So how do you see his trajectory?
I think Rahul Gandhi is a superstar of Indian politics, but superstar has his own limitation, particularly if you have a multi-cast film. How do you, kind of gel? How do you make that film success? And superstar need not be very successful in the sense that film-wise. If you look at, Rajesh Khanna, you look at Amitabh, they all had, patches, even Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, they all have patches of failure. And how do they come up? So you see their brand is intact, but, they need a success story. And that is where I agree actually for a change with Tehseen that Rahul Gandhi is now becoming a success story. But there are a lot of problems because there is a Congress story, Priya, that he needs to advance in coming elections, in Lok Sabha, in states. And there is, of course, an India Alliance story.
Correct.
And that is where I find, this brand Rahul or superstar Rahul Gandhi coming in conflict with other, the multi-stars like of Akhilesh and Mamta and several others. And that is a real, how would he negotiate these things? This is a kind of, so say, apno se zyada khatra hai, dushmanon se nahi. The BJP story is on the decline. That I agree, and Rahul Gandhi has an upper hand. But how he deals, because from now till 2029, it is not a Congress story in a public perception. Tehseen may disagree. And to take everyone along is a real challenge, and that is something that will test Rahul's limitations.
Taking off from what Rashid said, I had occasion to interview Akhilesh Yadav recently, and I asked him, the Congress is talking about a shadow cabinet.
Something I've given an idea about. And
in
fact, on your show first.
Yes, you have talked about it. So I asked him, I said, shadow cabinet ka PM face kaun hoga? तो ही से ये थोड़ी ज़रूरी है कि एक ही पीएम फेस होगा. This is on record, he's saying it. So clearly, Akhilesh Yadav is not ready to yield the leadership space to Rahul Gandhi. We have Maharashtra elections coming up. Will Uddhav be the CM face, or will it be somebody from the Congress? As he said, अपनों से ही ज़्यादा अब competition होगा, because you are jostling for the same space.
So I agree with Rashid bhai. He's absolutely right. Why should I disagree? He's right. And I, being a Congress supporter and a Rahul Gandhi supporter, I want to see the Congress ahead. So yes, insofar as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, the Congress is not the strongest organization. You do need the SP, and there you will have to renegotiate your equations, of course. But it is horses for courses. That equation will not hold in Maharashtra, the state that I come from. Why should, and I say this with a lot of responsibility, why should Uddhav Thackeray ji be the CM face? What is the vote the Thackerays bring in? The core Hindutva vote has gone with BJP and Eknath Shinde. The other vote's gone with whatever is the anti-BJP vote is going to come to Congress. Let's be very clear about it. Not even to Pawar sir. Pawar sir, yes, he has respect and he's there. But it is a Congress vote. So what is so why should the Thackerays be the chief minister face? Whoever's the largest number of MLAs will be the chief minister. If it is Shiv Sena Thackeray group, so be it. So we will have to be very clear on our identity. In trying to make the India alliance stronger, which it should be, I agree with Rashid bhai, we cannot weaken the Congress, because please understand, the revival of the Congress today that has happened, and this fight that Rahul Gandhi's fought to revive the Congress, has been after the regional parties have weakened the Congress. The BJP hasn't really weakened the Congress. If the Congress today is irrelevant in Uttar Pradesh, it is because of the BSP and SP. If it is irrelevant in other states, it's because of the regional parties who have a vested interest in making the Congress weaken, say West Bengal. So it must be a fine balancing act, and that will show maturity on Rahul Gandhi ji's part. So that I agree with Rashid ji. May I just make one more point? देखो सब समय का चक्कर होता है. There was a time when Rahul Gandhi was mocked. There was a time when Rahul Gandhi could do nothing right. Today is a time when anything Rahul Gandhi does work. And this time will also change. So I think what the Congress must understand is not be arrogant about that time, accept that time with humility, and at the same time, use it to set the agenda. What I would advise Rahul Gandhi, and we'll meet him again in a couple of days, is now, while he's setting the agenda, to set it with maturity and gravitas. We know that he's anti-Modi. We know he's anti-BJP. As Dilip rightly said, he's completely against BJP. That's fine. What are the solutions we are now giving the people of India? What is our solution? So, yes, we are against the Waqf amendments. But what do?
Correct.
We are against something else. But what is it? Now the people of India expect from Rahul Gandhi, what is it that we will do to make their lives better? Can we do that? I think that should be the largest step.
Okay, before we go to the larger step, the other point about how Congress is jostling for space within its own allies. Because if you look at it, Dilip, the states where the Congress has done well is where it has the allies as a crutch. In states where it is taking on the BJP directly, even in Telangana where it was in power, or Karnataka, it didn't do as well as it should have. In the north, we've seen, apart from Rajasthan. So, can Rahul do without the allies? Do you see the next big fight within the India alliance?
That is what the BJP would love to see.
That's true.
So, Rahul Gandhi has to understand that brand Rahul has to ubhar karo within the context of an India alliance. If he thinks, and I understand where a full-scale supporter of the Congress is involved, that analysis that Tehseen gave is fine. But I think that is the Achilles heel of what could happen. The BJP is waiting for the India alliance to fall apart on exaggerated notions of importance that the Congress will have, because it is winning seats, it is, getting vote share, etc. But I would be cautious about the way it's going. I would also be cautious about revealing too much. This is the other great Congress incapacity. The ability for opacity, which is what Modi and Shah have. There is no reason why you should share it. There is no reason why every meeting has to be public.
Oh, I see.
You can go and meet a Mamta or a Akhilesh on your own quietly. You don't have to have the entire flanks of the Congress eyeing you and figuring out what you're doing. What you discuss is private. That's the way politics is played.
So everything is not on social media. You should just...
Everything is certainly not
behind
on
walls.
public display, whatever the public is.
as opposed to Akhilesh's famous PDA alliance.
No public display of affection.
Yes. How we pulled Akhilesh's leg, kya PDA hai? You know, PDA is public display, and he was saying it's that alliance of Pichhda Dalits and Adivasi, but he got his PDA
it
back.
is absolute display of affection for the Pichhda Dalits and the Adivasis and the poor Agla Varg and the poor
Alsankyak.
Alsankyak,
Yeah. But Rashid, the contradictions within the India alliance. If he's saying Maharashtra mein Congress is powerful, they should be CM. This is exactly what Uddhav Thackeray will not want to hear.
Yeah, so Priya, I think the real problem is about what Rahul Gandhi and his political instincts, say, whether he's going to follow or he's going to go by that advice tendered by Jairam Ramesh, Randeep Surjewala and several others.
Yes,
And
let's-
of course, I mean, if you think that...
Let's
Yeah.
not.
So this is a real, challenge before Rahul Gandhi. I think Rahul Gandhi is still, as of today, he's not become a, stakeholder. He's not fancying himself as a prime ministerial person for 2029. But there is a section of Congress, which wants him to do that. And that is where I think the conflict will come. Priya, if you look at the history of alliance politics in India, he has always been a dominant partner. You look at, UDF, LDF, you look at the, BJP within NDA and the Congress and UPA. This India alliance is co-equals. Co-equals. I'm repeating just to emphasize that. And that is something Rahul Gandhi understands. But that is something that Congress party doesn't understand. And this is the thing, तो हमारे बाप दादा ने घी खाया है, हमारी हथेली सूंघ लो. So this illusion of grandeur, this is a real challenge before, congressmen. That they need to smell coffee, they need to understand that elections...
Instead of ghee.
So this is a real problem before the Congress, and I think Rahul Gandhi has to make himself, he has to be far more assertive.
But assertive
Otherwise-
at the same time and not yielding space. If he yields space to the Uddhav Thackeray, for instance, that means the Congress is also losing their brand.
No, but you see, sorry to intervene, but what I'm saying is, can Congress win Maharashtra on its own strength?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes, absolutely. May I
No.
I agree with
No.
you. I'll speak after you, but after you're
Okay,
done.
he disagrees.
No. I'm saying, how
Yes,
can...
I'll tell you.
Tell me.
I'll tell you. If Uddhav ji goes, it will be a loss to the India Alliance. Yes. They may or may not win Maharashtra. Yes. But certainly the organization, if Uddhav ji stays or doesn't stay, Congress will be the single largest party in Maharashtra as of today. Please allow me. I concede your space completely in the context of UP and
You're
BR.
talking like
I'm
a
not even
Panna
arguing.
Pramukh of Congress.
No, I'm not. I'm talking as somebody who works 8 to 9 hours on the ground daily, meeting hundreds of people every day
Tehseen,
from Maharashtra.
why is Congress
but Rashid
looking-
ji,
why- no, no, just
we've
let me
had
come
all
in.
of these intellectual, we've had all
It's
of these
nothing about
intellectual
intellect.
discourse. We've had
It's
all of
about
these.
numbers.
And
You see, the
numbers.
Congress
It's
story
also
is
about
looking good.
tactics.
Of
It
course
is
it's
not
about
about
tactics.
intellect.
And
it is about tactics.
And the tactics.
To make sure that you have, whether it's a coalition or not, governments in more states in preparation for 2029.
I absolutely
And
agree.
it doesn't matter whether it is your chief minister or
It does
my
matter. Who's
uncle's
the-
shopkeepers.
No, sir.
Does not matter.
We are not making my uncle's shopkeeper.
No.
We are making one of my leaders a shopkeeper. If I am the single largest party,
Who's the leader?
The vote. Why do
who's-
you think we don't have? We have Prithviraj Chavan ji. We have Nana Patole.
Prithviraj
Why
Chavan
can't
ji
Nana
who's not
Patole
even in CWC.
Why can't Nana Patole become? No, I'm telling you. You said who's the leader? He may
No,
not
no.
be in CWC.
If he's a
Yeah,
leader,
Nana
then he
Patole
should
ji,
be brought
why
in
can't Nana
CWC.
No, let me ask you. Why can't the current Congress PCC president of Maharashtra, Nana Patole, become chief minister? I know.
Yeah,
OBC
will
can
it be
become-
acceptable to the Maratha community in Maharashtra, which
And
is
therefore,
28%?
we'll give a deputy chief minister. Therefore, we'll give a deputy chief minister.
Tehseen, stick to-
I am
Okay, these
asking
are formulas.
you- I am
No,
asking
no.
you, we have
Let me-
different
just-
formulas.
just let me say something.
Today,
Please
I am
let him-
asking
let him
why
come
can't we
in.
have a-
No,
Nana
no.
Patole?
The ease at which you're sitting in a TV studio, you are saying Congress may or may not come in power in Maharashtra
No,
is
no,
not
no,
something
no.
that is shared
I'm
by...
saying Congress
the
will come to
Congress
power.
has to win Maharashtra
It
in
will
order
win
to deal a
Maharashtra.
blow to NDA and Narendra Modi government. So
Correct.
therefore, it is very important the Congress needs to do everything possible, including sacrificing the office of Chief Minister in Maharashtra to keep the BJP out of power.
No.
Okay,
This is what's cost us
I'm going to
dearly.
come into this point.
Is what cost
Okay,
us
I'm
dearly
going to
in
come to
Karnataka.
you on this point. It's a very good point that he's raised. Should Congress fulfill its ambitions now, or should it wait until the BJP is well and truly defeated and then try and improve its space within the states? So stay with us. We're going to discuss this after a quick break. Hello and welcome back to the round table. We were discussing the status of the Congress and of course Rahul Gandhi. But good point raised by Rashid.
Very
That
good
is the
point.
question ahead of you.
Very
Do
good
you
point.
accommodate your allies at the cost of your own party, or this is what was also during
It's
seat
not-
sharing before 24?
It's not an either or. It's a very good
It
point.
has
you-
to be an either or,
No,
I
it's
think.
not. It's not. Politics is about shades of grey. It is about horses for courses. It's about state-wise, constituency-wise assignments. Just allow me. I completely get, and I completely concede to his point in UP, Bihar, West Bengal. I completely concede. In fact, I say West Bengal, it should have been an alliance. I concede that point. Let me come to Maharashtra. We made the same mistake with the JDS in Karnataka. Their two father-son duo, Deve Gowda ji and Kumara Swamiji, went and sat with the BJP. We sacrificed our Rajya Sabha and sent Deve Gowda ji to
So
Rajya Sabha.
is it that you don't trust
we've
Uddhav Thackeray?
continuously been, no, it's not about not trusting. I am saying we have to give Uddhav ji all the respect. He deserves the respect. But if I am single largest party, I have to be accommodated. How long does the Congress keep sacrificing itself to make others stronger? Where it's strong, where the Congress is weak, I agree. Of course, you can't have a discussion with Akhilesh ji who will be chief minister. Of course, I agree. At the same time, your Sangathan must be strong. That's one point that I'm seeing. The second point, and this is extremely important for everybody to understand. Let's leave specific states aside. Let's leave Maharashtra aside. And I do concede the point Maharashtra, the India alliance has to win. Ultimately, what is the narrative? Can there be an India alliance minus the Congress that can be strong enough to take the BJP? Is it possible? Even today, when you say this is an alliance of equals, the Congress contributes 101 seats, 99 plus 2, Pappu Yadav and the Maharashtra Sangli MP. It contributes 101 seats. Even today, the Congress is the single largest, more than all the other parties put together. So that is not an equal alliance. Yes, what Rahul Gandhi should do is give even more respect to how Akhilesh ji is given, Mamta ji is given, Uddhav ji is given, as Modi ji gives. And the fall of
As Modi ji gives, he gives
I'll show
more.
you, and I'll tell you,
I
and I'll tell
think-
you. The fall of Modi ji, I respectfully disagree with Dilip ji, has began now, the BJP, not Modi ji, I'm sorry, BJP. This idea of being completely opaque, hiding things, which I agree should be good in politics, they tried to do this in this recent Waqf bill. They thought they won't tell what's happening. What happened? The JDU and Chandrababu Naidu till the night supported and morning called them up and told the Prime Minister it goes to JPC. This is the strongest Prime Minister in the last 50 years.
Okay.
So you cannot always, it's horses for courses. You can't have one rule. I will only be opaque. I'll only be
No,
transparent.
but he's saying strategic alliances, and for that I want to bring
I'm
in.
coming back to the point of Brand Rahul,
Yeah.
since your program is
Correct. Thanks,
focused
Dilip.
on that. Brand Rahul also has done its recalibration in quietude. It has not been he's going to be projected as this, he's going to do this. And I think that is the success. Working on what your future brand is going to be cannot be that I will be the only brand in every state. I think the time for that kind of politics has been experienced by this country for 10 years. Therefore, in the next 10 years, you will not see the country accepting that brand of politics. That's my point. So, branding will also have to work with the cycle of what the public has seen recently in the past and what it wants to see, therefore, in the near future. And unless a brand, Rahul, takes that into account, which means having leaders of equal size, stature, and importance, definitely invest in creating your party cadre,
That's
which
it.
has vanished. But that does not mean projecting non-acceptable faces as quasi big leaders because you want to.
So this rootless headquarter honchos, that's always been the Congress's
Yeah.
downfall.
Absolutely, Priya, and it's all about democracy, is all about numbers. In Maharashtra at present, in that sort of, previous assembly, the assembly elections were held, this Shiv Sena was the biggest in terms of numbers in MVA, it was the biggest ally, so it got it. So if the Congress can get, let's say, a sizable number, much more than Shiv Sena and NCP, obviously perhaps they will get the office of,
That he's
but
okay
to
with
say,
that.
I'm okay
no,
with that.
but
if
to
Shiv
say
Sena,
that,
should
to
be-
say that, to stake a claim on chief minister, you see, that is what I'm saying. Alliance politics, coalition dharma is a lot about humility. If Mr. Rahul Gandhi or his team of people like Tehseen start projecting Rahul Gandhi as a prime ministerial face, you know the applied side of politics. Neither Mamta nor Uddhav Thackeray, or for that matter Akhilesh Yadav, are going to. Why is he saying that there should be more than one shadow
PM
prime
face.
minister? Because shadow prime minister is a prime ministerial face. So therefore, you see, these ambitions are very real. And again, if you look at that politics, strong leaders in coalition politics don't make it as prime minister. the weak people become. We have seen Deve Gowda, we have seen Chandrasekhar, we have seen I.K. Gujral, we have seen Manmohan Singh, we have seen this. Strong personalities don't become. So Rahul Gandhi has to, age is on his side. He has to get, numbers. He has to have that kind of flexibility. And that is where if Rahul is seen as, matlab, wo satta loli, hankering for power, then that is going to create a lot of problem for him.
And this opacity issue, which
Yes.
we talked about, is very relevant given what Chidambaram was made to say after the budget. You give an idea, this current dispensation is so quick
Yes.
at converting it into reality, you have no idea left.
What did Chidambaram say?
Chidambaram said that I am glad that the budget has reflected what we said in our
Ideas. Manifesto.
manifesto. Now, you cannot afford, you cannot have more than 3 great ideas to create a brand. If you give up one of them, which you have already, then you're only left with 2. Keep them to yourself.
That's what he meant. Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's a fair point.
That's-
But at some point you will again have to balance this with giving people solutions. Now I agree. So so again it's a fine balance.
what do you stand for?
Yeah, and again I agree with Rashid ji. I'm not saying project Rahul ji as Prime Minister. I'm in fact not saying it. But I'm saying in states where you're the single largest, talk about it. Don't project Uddhav ji as Chief Minister. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that can't be the thing. If you are the single largest, because then your cadre gets demotivated. So of course in UP Akhilesh Yadav ji will be projected. Who else? You can't have projecting somebody else in UP. Or whoever SP decides. They can't have a Congress. So I do agree, it's horses for courses, everything. Politics isn't one thing. The best thing about brand building is, or what builds the best brand is you have to be flexible, at least in the a sphere of ideas, to ideas that people want. Ultimately, we are representatives of people, right? So it is what the people want that we have to give them. For every argument Rashid Bhai makes, that you've had an I.K. Gujral or a Deve Gowda as Prime Minister, I can give an Indira Gandhi and a Narendra Modi ji. For a strong man. So there is no dearth of ideas. This is a great and diverse country. Therefore, I'm saying go with what people want and give the people what they want.
I want to take Rashid on your point that Rahul should not be the PM face. But I think Rahul being the LOP face was a good move. Instead of making some, various names.
No, that
could
was
have-
writing on the wall. I think Rahul Gandhi himself understand, first deserve, then desire. So he deserved to be LOP's post. The day Congress crosses 150 mark Lok Sabha or around 200, Rahul Gandhi would be an obvious choice, even if the Congress does not have a majority. Tehseen Mein is talking about Narendra Modi, Indira Gandhi, they had a majority of their own party. That's why they became prime ministers. In Rahul's case, now comes the catch-22 situation, which the entire discussion is all about. How would Congress get 200 plus Lok Sabha seats if they're going to fight only 325 Lok Sabha seats? Yes.
Oh, that's a very
So
good point.
that's a thing. So therefore, it requires a kind of degree of flexibility, and Congress needs to take clear stand. Wherever Rahul has taken a clear stand, it's worked. But you look at the Supreme Court judgment on that sub quota of SCs. What is the Congress stand? Congress has also did. So the courage of conviction is all about, brand Rahul is part of courage of conviction. The closer you come to power, there will be this problem. How to take a very clear-cut stand on issues that are, problematic. Like I gave you example of that sub-quota that,
Yeah. But for instance, Ayodhya was a problematic decision. At least Rahul, in parliament, he's addressing the unaddressable. Dilip, he's been talking about religion, which everybody told Congress do not go there because that is the BJP stuff. But Rahul did go there. So I think he's growing. He's
Sure. And I think that a brand which experiments displays courage. A brand which displays flexibility gets market share. These are the 2 rules of branding that we work with.
Okay. Which one is Rahul?
I think Rahul is supremely courageous. You can agree or disagree. He hasn't backtracked from anything.
Point.
Look at religion. I have told you, I don't think Rahul should speak about. I have said it. He stood his ground. He has stood his ground like nobody else. So I agree with what Rashid ji is saying. You have to see. He's our captain, right? He's my captain. Mine is not to question why. Mine is but to do or die. But I agree with Rashid. He has to take, the minute he takes it, I don't have to question it. I may have 100 opinions for him in an opaque manner, not in public, so that Bill can put it on social media. But that's fine. We will thrash it out between us. But the minute he takes a stand, we have to be behind him completely. But he has to take a stand. That I agree with. And then we are behind him. Then they can't be deterring on that stand which happened in 2019. For example, the Rafale issue. Nobody supported it. Remember the famous CWC where Priyanka ji and he said that nobody supported him? That can't happen. Once he takes a stand, we are with him. For
But
good or
then
bad.
he has
we
to
are with him.
pick issues that are,
Yeah,
that everybody
that is his-
relates to.
That's his.
The,
We
as
can
a leader,
advise
you
him
have to
for
pick.
or against him.
No, but
he
I-
takes a final call, and then we are duty bound to fall in line.
But I don't know, some issues are so suicidal, should the whole party follow, or the issues that are not clicking with the masses.
That's why the debate before.
That Chaukidar Chor hai, that didn't,
That's
No,
why
no,
the
I
debate
think
before.
it is again, that was a narrative at the wrong time.
it didn't click.
With all brands, I work with telecom brands, I work with toothpaste brands, I work with hospitality brands. You do testing of your brand messaging quietly in control groups.
So, missed call ho gaya.
It is not allowed. It is not allowed to do this. You can't go out with a big brand story.
So this testing is what Dilip is talking about, what Rahul doesn't do. The ideas, if I'm not, they are just spontaneously said by Rahul, and he announces them at some rally in some place, and the whole party has to figure out what he means and then follow the lead.
Absolutely, I think Priya. That
No, I
that's-
disagree there.
also
I think that what he does is there is an element of thought, discussion, and consultation with experts.
Outside the party.
It may not be within the party, and that is where it should be.
No, I think that is where it should not be. The big ideas
Why?
must come from 24 Akbar Road. See, the problem with UPA was
Because
all
of
the
the
big
book.
ideas were coming.
Because of the book.
Huh.
All
all the big ideas of
Yeah.
No. I'll get your copy now.
And all the big ideas are there.
No, all the big ideas
Teasing
in
you.
the UPA were coming from NSC. Those Jholewalas, those kind of people were there.
Don't
and
have
the Congress
structures.
did not benefit.
I do not believe. When I said that, I don't believe in structures outside. I believe in experts who you poll like a test market.
I
That's
think,
all.
Priya, you see the Congress and Rahul Gandhi in particular, since we're talking about brand Rahul, see, it's time Rahul Gandhi must, take Mallikarjun Kharge as Sonia Gandhi had used Dr. Manmohan Singh in terms of the governance of the country. Here, Kharge is an organizational man. So, Mr. Kharge, if he's going to complete a year in October as Congress president, he's not being utilized. He can be a great, consensus builder in areas where Rahul Gandhi cannot go as a leader of the Congress party in terms of, strengthening India alliance and bouncing of ideas within the organization, having a semblance of it. Then you have Shashi Tharoor, you have so many, brands in the Congress which are very good. All those truncated G23, what left over G23, they're very capable people, but Congress is underutilizing them. And now they have a great faith in Rahul Gandhi. Even in private conversation with you and me, they say that. So Congress must make a best use of them.
Rahul for that has to learn to forgive and to take on people that he feels. I think he has to learn to be confident in his own skin instead of just surrounding himself with Darbaris. Rahul as a team builder,
What did he say?
Darbari.
What did you hear?
What did you hear?
What did you hear?
I thought she
Thank
said
you,
Kasi.
Kasi.
What did you hear?
I thought she said Kasi bhi.
Well, what I said and did not say, I'll leave for you viewers. But on that note, it's been a very interesting discussion. Thank you so much for
Thank
this
you
show.
so much.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.